Hi everyone, it's Kuchiri. Welcome back to my channel. If you guys remember last year, I was asked by a Japanese company named Kemco, who makes a whole bunch of games for all consoles, to review RP Golf Legends. It was a fun little game. I have fun time reviewing it, and I guess the guys over at Kemco enjoyed the review so well they're entrusting me with another review of one of their JRPGs, Raging Bytes. I'm having a hard time put to words. How do you review a game where every new idea it brings forward is a great idea, 10 out of 10, but put together doesn't mesh that well? Raging Bytes is a survival horror Japanese role-playing game developed by Hitpoint and published by Kemco. Set in 1978, you play as a ragtag party of tropes exploring areas reminiscent of scenes from popular horror films, fight undead based from popular movies of the time, and uncover the mysterious infection known as zoning out madness by infection erosion. I mean, it's an attempt. I get zombie media. You don't want to be calling your monsters zombies directly. It's an English-sized version of a series of Central African words like zumbi, vumbi, inzubi. Someone would be calling them zombies in your zombie world. But for me to do this review in the best way possible, I will have to spoil bits of the ending. If you want to experience the story of the game, pay half attention to the next few minutes of the video or skip to this timestamp where I'll talk more on gameplay. After some intro credit cutscenes featuring a mother and daughter having a birthday party, the game doesn't tell you this at any point, but these balloons are important. We get a short scene where we play as Barbara.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
A doctor on her day off needing to get to safety at the start of the outbreak. After leaving the apartment complex, we jump forward a couple weeks later to Ben. He's the father of the girl from the birthday scene. Again, remember the balloons! He was in a car accident and now finds himself in an abandoned hospital. Walk past a door that clearly isn't stolen from another zombie franchise. See? This one says, "Don't open, dead inside." Completely different. The rest of Chapter 1 sees Ben explore the hospital and collect his first weapon, an axe. You get some lore about what happened in the previous 2 weeks, and you're now in Chapter 2. Now that fell short. Chapter 2 starts with teaching you the excellent combat system. Ben ends up finding a gun, and you get your first area with zombies roaming around. Your handgun is a very powerful weapon and will kill most of these zombies in one shot. However, bullets are limited. You don't have many range options at this time aside from a rock you can throw. After a few scenes, you find yourself meeting Barbara. You get more backstory, and now we're in Chapter 3. This is the gameplay loop for the rest of the game. You start a chapter, you get a few areas where you can run around zombies and collect items. You get through the area, maybe fight a boss, and each chapter is done in about 15 to 20 minutes. Extremely linear, extremely railroaded path. It makes Final Fantasy XIII feel more like an open world game, which accumulates, and I kid you not, needing to know a 4-digit code to get the good ending. You have to recognize the game was giving you a hint in the intro credits to get the good ending. If you skip to the timestamp, you missed me saying that I thought this combat system is excellent, which it is. Battles are turn-based just like any other Japanese role-playing game, however with a zombie twist. If you've ever played Final Fantasy, you know the monster Tonberry and how they walk towards you slowly and deal insane damage if they get to you. That's the gimmick of this battle system. Zombie spawns in position around the battlefield, and every turn they take a step closer, sometimes using skill. On your side, you have a few tools. You have a ranged weapon, a melee weapon, and a special skill as your options. The easy way out of most of these battles is to shoot the zombies from afar. Remember though, ammo is limited. You do find ranged weapons later that may take no ammo, however the damage output is lessened. If the zombies make it all the way to the front of the screen, they can grab you and kill a character in one hit. Your melee weapons do a lot of damage and will knock back the zombie from the front of the screen, however every melee weapon has a health cost to them. The zombie counters with the strike, dealing damage to you to prevent the one-hit KO. Healing serums that you find are also limited, so you can't afford to save ammo by relying on melee attacks all the time. The 4 characters also come with a special ability. They are unique to the characters and don't change in any way from the beginning to the end of the game. They don't get upgraded. You're stuck with them. Ben can throw rocks. Barbara can heal a tiny bit of hit points. Helen, reporter that you meet halfway through the game, can boost the attack of an ally. Harry, the last ally you meet, can throw stun grenades for damage and a small chance to prevent a zombie from doing their turn by knocking them over. Outside of battles, you explore areas and check everywhere for items. Every screen has their fair share of hidden items from shelves, cars, dead zombie bodies, some of which will wake up and attack. Collecting these items will add to your score at the top of the screen. This game has a scoring system. Completing parts of the main story, finishing sub-stories, and collecting items will nab you points. What are they good for? Nothing. The game has a high score screen after the ending. From what I can tell, there's no extra stuff for having a high score besides the achievements up to 1,000,000 points. I bring this up because you can lose score for fighting zombies outside of scripted encounters. Being a JRPG, you want to fight zombies to level up and boost your stats for when you get to the tougher boss fights at the end of the game. Fighting zombies, however, will take up resources and deduct points from your score, which means you want to avoid the great battle system and play tag trying to collect all the items in this very linear game. This is where the great ideas start to clash. I mentioned before there are sub-stories as well. While mentioning how railroaded this game is, at 4 points in the game you'll be told exactly what those sub-stories happening. You can't accidentally miss any of these because they are in your face. They are still optional, and if you're speedrunning the game or if you're low on ammo, go ahead and skip them. They are accumulate in the boss fight, and you get a bit more lore about the thought process of these zombies. I think ultimately that's the main flaw of Raging Bytes. There's everything here to make this a strong title. The game, however, feels either rushed or the developers, while having all these great ideas for a JRPG, did not put the full effort into this game. I'm not just talking about the short 4 to 5 hour playthrough. The game feels built for speedrunning and score attacking. You can replay chapters to go back and collect items you might have missed or get a higher score. I'm talking about the fact that you can't upgrade your characters aside from weapons. I love a way to do some sort of mission to upgrade Barbara's first aid to do more healing. Maybe give us options on what unique ability they have. What if Harry had incendiary grenades instead of a stun? Take us off the railroaded path and give us options in some areas. More sub-stories that aren't shoved in our face and we have to hunt them out. This game could have easily been a Dawn of the Dead level kind of game. However, what we got was Army of the Dead. There we have it. Oh man, some final thoughts. I would love to see some updates to this game. Maybe do something with the score system similar to what the Tales of series does with their grade system that you collect throughout the game. Maybe buy alternate sprite costumes. Maybe unlock unlimited ammo for your guns, your revolvers, your shotguns. Maybe unlock different weapons. Maybe a weapon that doesn't use ammo that always one-shots the non-boss zombies. I don't know. Skip the cutscenes. Let us be able to skip the cutscenes. This could be a great speed game for speedrunners. I can see this being played at games done quick. Speedrunners trying to find new ways to weave and dodge zombies, trying to get the fastest time. And honestly, these are things that could also just be put into the sequel if one's ever made. I wouldn't say no to playing a sequel. I know I was a little harsh with this review, but there is enough great here that a really good game could be made. But besides that, big thanks to Kemco, big thanks to Hit Points, big thanks to you guys for making it to the end of the video. I've been Kuchiri, and I'll see you guys next time.